Good evening and welcome, Roughriders fans, to the fourth tilt of the Stars and Stripes tournament up here in Minnesota for your Rocky Mountain Roughriders. They will get started the first of their elimination games, going up against the Fox Cities Bulldogs. Roughriders coming off another victory this morning, start off 3-0. They're going to win that draw. It's going to come across to Bodie Nix. Bodie loses his stick and continues to kick it across, and finally Decky's able to get to it. And shot comes on, comes over behind the net. Fox City's able to get to it. Bodie's collected his stick again, and now he's working it down the corner. Tries to make a move there, and Bodie Nix gets sat down. You don't see that a whole heck of a lot, but that is one way to get it started, and we're going to get no icing on that first long shot there. Schofield will have to come back and collect. She comes up with speed. It is red and offside by about a foot, but on we go. David Popek pushes that down. Sorry, Caleb Ziemba pushes that down now. Bodie Nix giving chase. Fox City's moving the puck around quick here. Kate Schofield's going to come back and collect. She spins, comes right back on. Bodie Nix returns the favor and sends a Fox Cities Bulldog player sliding to the ice as the shot comes into the glove of goalie Trey Dunn. So some action already. 59 seconds in, and we've got people going all over the place, and a save by Trey Dunn will get the draw off to his left. Jermaine to take that. Kicks it over to Winston. Winston sends it up. Now Jermaine's going to come out. We got a 3-on-2 coming. Jermaine. He's got O'Neill and, sorry, that's Parker. Parker's got it in front. Now Jermaine pokes at it again, and he's going to go back down to work below the goal. Sorry, that's Fish and Parker Lennemeyer out there with G. G sends us up the point to Logan Burke. Logan Burke's going to send a shot low. Good tip there. Kicks back out in front. Almost there for G to be able to bury it, but instead the goalie gets a stick on it, and out comes Fox Cities. Winston, good poke check there. Gets that back up to G. Catches Bulldogs on a change, and he's going to get a chance to go. Good pass across. Maybe a little bit of a indecision there between a shot and a pass. The puck comes through the legs of Burke. And now Winston's got a 2-on-1 that he's going to have to deal with. Rolling puck is flipped over the stick, and now Parker's going to get a chance to poke at it, sends it up in the battle along the half wall. Bulldogs will come out with it. Good stick from Parker to make that up, and another good stick from G sends that towards the red line. Battle ensues. Fish will poke for it. Some big Bulldogs players out here as now they come in. 3-on-3 there. Puck comes in the middle. Shot comes off the side. Dunn out of his crease, looking to make sure it comes nowhere close, and it'll go out of the half wall. Good stick check there against Jermaine. Push that puck out, and again the Bulldogs have a chance. Trey Dunn finds his shoulder up and avoids a shot coming at him there. Now Winston's going to try to poke that out, and Fish will just send that down where they will regroup. O'Neill putting pressure on him. Palick, more pressure, tries to get a little hook pass up front, but it's well read. That's going to come all the way out. Now Declan's going to be out there, send that puck up quickly for Popek. Out of his reach there. O'Neill gets it though, and he's going to push up. He's got Popek, drops it to him, unable to collect, and now out come the Bulldogs. Good fast pace here, good stick there from Heaton. Palick's going to push up, tries to make a move around one, stick back down. Bulldogs send it in, they're going to get a change. Declan looking up, going for the pass, and gets a stick on it right as it comes out. Bulldogs able to collect back through the neutral zone. They send that across. They're going to push up, and a little bit of a misdirection play there, and they are able to then get it back on side, send one on net. Dot's going to be the first one to it. Going to kick that all the way around to Popek. Popek looks. He's going to try to chip that up. Bulldogs defenseman waiting for it. He's going to send it right back down, make Decky recollect. Looking for it. Spins, sends it back around to Popek. This time Popek's got a man on it hard, and he's able to chip it up to Seb. Seb gets it out, but right onto a waiting Bulldog stick. And Palick gives chase. But here we go. Now Popek, we're going to get an interference call on Palick. Bulldogs players talking early. And Roughriders, if they wanted a battle, it looks like they're going to get it. 16-10 left to go in the first period. Still zeros on both sides. Roughriders in their camo jerseys going right to left on your screen. We'll be killing a penalty here as Palick's going to sit for an interference as that puck was on the blue line and just enough out of range that they're going to say that when he sat the player down, wasn't in play, and an interference call as Matro will take this draw. Pushed back up by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs defense has it, sends it on net. Gunn kicks it wide behind the net. Now kicked out front, still there. Bulldogs player able to push it, and now Brooks Matro. He's got speed on his side. He's gonna go. He's gonna try to make a move and just slap aside. Kopech still out there. And Brooks slowing things down in the Bulldog zone. They finally come out, get through the neutral zone there to chip it in deep. Winston and Kate in the back. Winston's going to get to it first, gets it on the backhand, has a little bit of a hard time collecting it, sends it up, and a hard backhand's going to come out. And now we've got a 2-on-1. Brooks, David, tries to send it across, comes all the way down. Good kill though so far for the Bulldogs. Defensive change comes out. We've got Heaton and Schofield. Bulldogs coming through the neutral zone. They come up, try to push it across. Matro, good read there, and again, they're on the move. This time, Kopech's just going to slap it down. We're going to get a change of the forwards, and the Bulldogs goaltender sits on it for a minute, and now Heaton giving chase. He works low, fakes a pass, we'll say, and gets that out. We've got a little bit of a reversal with Heaton playing low, and that puck comes out and it's chip pass. Now watch out, Dunn on his own here. Going to stop the backhand rush. A great sliding effort from Trey Dunn. Keeps it 0-0. Puck comes back up to the top. Dunn again up to the task. Now Heaton's going to get to it. Has a reversal around over to Schofield. Schofield's going to get it with 30 seconds left on the penalty. Tries to clear it up. Bulldogs collect, but then unable to go. Now Kate battles through a man. She's got Bodie Nix with her. She's going to work. Looking for the shot. Pass ends up going into the crease, and the goalie covers it up here. Now 17 seconds remaining on the power play for the Bulldogs. 14:27 left to go in the first period here. Still scoreless, as we'll get a full change here for the Roughriders. Germain out to take this draw. Linnemeyer to his right. Heaton behind him with Burke. Puck went up to Heaton, but the awkward bounce off the wall, unable to collect. Burke's got it. Burke looking for it. Backhand pass up to Heaton. Heaton's going to send it up into space. Takes a big crunch there, but absorbs the most of it. A little tap for his friend as he skates by, and now Germain's coming out of the corner. He's got Heaton up top. Heaton sends it down low. Nobody there for the Roughriders, and so it comes out. Defense up a little bit. Heaton pinched. Burke's coming back to collect. Now he's got a chance to look, and now he's got some space. He's going to see Parker on the far side. Parker kicks that over to Fish, and Fish is just going to get that thing down. Penalty is over. 13:51 left to go in the first period here, and the Roughriders, there's a hook. All right, there is only so much that they could get away with on that one, as the referee was literally 5 feet away from the play. G trying to get away from the stick, but the stick was just right up in the hands. Looks like the Bulldogs player couldn't get out of it, and almost like his stick was just stuck up there with the leverage as he was trying to slow G down. G ends up losing an edge, and so now the first power play for the Roughriders here. 13:40 left to go in the first period. Seb will take it. Won by the Bulldogs. They'll send it all the way around. A great keep by Decky there. He's going to push, and now a second effort from the Bulldog gets that out. Schofield's going to collect again. Over to Pallet. Pallet, nice little play over to Seb. Seb's got some room. Can he get a shot off? He's going to find it, but the stick from the Bulldogs sends that down in the corner. Pallet will go to work again. Makes a move around one man. Sees his man low, Seb, and tries to send it back, but maybe a little bit hard for Pallet there, and he's unable to get it cleanly. Instead, it's going to come down. Good hand-eye coordination play from the Bulldogs. Going to push that down. They will wisely just dump and get a change here. Now we've got some space to move. Schofield getting the head of steam. Going to get around one man. She's going to come in. She's got players streaking with her. Looks for the pass, and just behind the stick of Kopech. And now we've got Decky up top. He's going to send a shot up there into the midsection of the Bulldogs player, and Kopech tries to push that back up to O'Neill. O'Neill has a chance. Sees the man far side. Play there, pushed, and an incredible save. What a sequence there. O'Neill does a great job of getting that puck down right in front of the blue paint. Kopech goes to collect, goes to try to get it on the backhand, gets the goalie on his knees, makes a diving stretch for it, gets it in the glove, and so we remain scoreless. 12:34 left to go in the first, 54 seconds left to go in this power play for the Roughriders. Matro will take it, Bulldogs win it, and they're going to send it behind. Bodie Nix giving pressure on it. Bulldogs able to push it up to Winston. Winston loses it for a second, but collects again. Now he gets it across to Bodie. Bodie's got room. He's going to come around, get wide, make a move, look for a shot that is right into the glove of the Bulldogs goaltender, and Bulldogs definitely giving these guys the business. A little hack after the play. Referee having some conversations. No penalties, just warnings, and Matcher will take this one again. Matcher wins that one over to the side. He'll be the first one to it now. Goes to the pass to Bodie. Bodie makes a nice play and another incredible glove save there. Maybe not as difficult as the first, but goaltender makes it look good. Bodie had a nice little cutback move to find some space. Goes high on the glove and goalie up to the task. So 29 seconds remaining in this power play. Good shots, good opportunities for the Roughriders. They win the draw here, and another shot, this time low blocker side, goes off the pad. And a good pass up. Winston's going to have a chance to load one up. He does, and that one gets through the stick of Caleb and catches the goaltender right in the throat guard. He'll stop that one. But a good look there, as we'll get a change. Roughriders coming out. Jermaine line on the ice now. Fish to his left. Lineman to his right. And when G wins the draw clearly, comes all the way out of the zone. Dot up to Heaton. Heaton to Linnemeyer. Tip, no ice. They're going to come down as the final 5 seconds of this power play will expire. Jermaine collecting in the corner. Looks to push it down a little bit further. Good battle there. Sticks flying all over the place. Linnemeyer doing a good job of getting the pressure there. Bulldogs will push it around to the weak side. Bulldogs looking to chase. Fish giving good pressure. G doing a good job with the forecheck there. Gets it up Decky. Decky's going to send one low. It's going to kick off the inboards right over to Parker Linnemeyer. He's going to look up. Fakes the pass to the point, sends it back down low for G. G's got a man all over him. G turning in the corner. Nice little spin move there again, but he's got guys draped all over him. Linnemeyer tries to center the pass out, and now we've got a 3-on-2 coming for the Bulldogs. Heaton, Decky, and a great back check there from Fish turns this into an opportunity going the other way. G's got speed, protects the puck, looks for a man, sends a backhand pass over to Parker. Parker sends that up. Now Heaton's got it. Heaton's going to send a backhand chip back down to Parker. He goes to work along the half wall, says no thanks to a check, and shrugs his man off down to the ice. The pass comes across. Now Heaton's going to collect back through the neutral zone. Looking up. He's got Fish. Fish is going to gain the line. Needs a little bit of help. Tries to make a move there. G's able to pick up the poke check puck. Now he gets the shot off the blocker side. Puck sits there for a minute. Now it's going to come out to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs looking to go. They're going to head and send that puck all the way down. Will be an icing here. We'll get a stoppage of play. 10:21 left to go in a fast-paced, action-packed first period. 2 penalties, no goals. Still 0-0 here as we're seeing some good work on both teams. And we'll see who cracks first. O'Neill line out now. He'll take the draw with Popek to his left and Halleck to his right. Draw one back by the Bulldogs. They'll send that all the way around. Schofield does a good job of pinching that off, and O'Neill helps it get back down. Along the half wall, Halleck giving chase. Pushes his man down there. Now it comes over. Popek's going to give chase too, and slap back down to the weak side. And a hook pass there will get through the defenseman, and here come the Bulldogs. Winston pushing the man outside. Bulldogs looking for a centering pass, unable to get anything. Good pressure from the Roughriders is going to push that thing back down lower in the goal line, but still Bulldogs remain in control. They look for the point. Man comes up. Shot comes through, but into the corner. Popek gets up there, makes sure that it cuts down the angle, and nothing going. Winston giving chase there. Good battle in the corner. We'll see who comes out with it here. Looks like that's the Bulldogs sending it up the point. They're going to rip a hard shot, and a great tip is going to beat Trey Dunn to the first goal of the game. That was a good hard shot, and really just frankly a great tip. This backhand tip will come down in between the legs of Trey Dunn. Not a whole lot he could do on that one, as that puck would have otherwise been going well wide, but puck instead tipped through the legs, and Roughriders find themselves in an unusual position here. First time they've trailed this entire tournament, and now they've got some work to do. Actually, sorry, forgive me, not the first time. I'm forgetting that time they were down by 2 goals and came back to win? Yes, I am. They've got it. So now it comes up to Bodie Nix. Puck bounces off the boards over his stick, and the Bulldogs will come back and they'll push through. Brooks is going to be the first one to it. Settles it in. Now it comes over to Heaton. Heaton gets a backhand over, sends that puck up, and a good idea, but unfortunately just read well by the Bulldogs. They're going to send that all the way down for a change. Heaton looks for his man. He's got Bodie. Bodie chips it up to Brooks. Brooks now back to Bodie, but well read there, and Bodie's going to have to battle for it. Now he's got a little bit of space. He's going to gain the red line, try to get in. Gets across the blue line. Tries to make a move there. Comes onto Brooks' stick. Shot and off the post. A great look, and again, a centering pass is well read by the forwards of the Bulldogs. They're going to send that thing all the way down. Burke spinning back to Bodie. Bodie's now got some space. He's going to look to go. Changing Bulldog players, comes out to rush. Puck comes off of Caleb's stick. He's going to turn the corner. Nice move around there. Tries to kick it back up, does so, but then he loses it again. Caleb trying to get it out. He's got help. Now Brooks is going to be the one to come out with it. Brooks looking up to the point. Here comes Dot. Shot from the point, kicks into the corner. Good save there. Nice work by Ziemba to push that puck there. He tries to make a move around. Decky's up there at the top. Roughriders trying to return the favor with a chip shot, but keeps getting pushed into the goalie and going wide. A little miscommunication there from the Roughriders, and Heaton will just send that down. Defense goes for a change. Ziemba goes for another centering pass. We'll see who can get to it first. It's the Bulldogs. They come out. Kate does a great job of checking your man off the puck. She sends that right back up where G will put pressure on it again, back down in the Bulldog zone. Good pressure coming from the Roughriders here. Just need to get a few more pucks on net and see if they can get something happening. Chipped around Schofield, but Fish is right there. Jermaine will get through a man. A nice toe drag deletes a player, and a shot comes in. He had Fish there, but Fish just couldn't get a stick on. Comes back up to Dot. Dot's going to get a puck through. It's going to be a high stick here, but the Bulldogs will get to it first. So the arm is lowered, comes back out to Declan. Declan had it for a second. Good play by the Bulldogs player. They're able to keep it. Now Jermaine pokes it free. He sends it up just out of the reach of both players. So they send it down, and a hard shot from the blue line swallowed up by Trey Dunn. We'll get a break in the action. 6:56. Roughriders down 1-0 to the Fox Cities Bulldogs. So if you're just joining us now, we did get started just a touch early here, already down to 6:56 in the first period as the puck is won by Jermaine. Back to Schofield, she'll work behind the net. Over to Parker Lindemeyer. Parker collects and controls for a second back to Decky. He's going to push his man off, but the Bulldogs come out with it. They send it across, and this time Fish able to get to it first. Roughriders will put pressure on again through the neutral zone. And good body work there to get that puck separated. Now G comes out with speed. He makes a nice little backhand floater pass. Fish has got it rolling on his stick. Can he make a move? He does! A beautiful short side goal from Owen Fisher. Gerard Jermaine getting that backhand sauce to work through a couple bodies, puts it right on the stick of Fish. Fish did a tremendous job of controlling that puck. The rolling puck maybe confused the goaltender a little bit, as it looked like Fish was still trying to collect. And instead, he just sends a little chip right short side blocker, and we've got a 1-1 game. 6:23 left to go in the first period, and things are all knotted up. O'Neill wins that puck back. Now up to Halleck and O'Neill, as the Bulldogs will come all the way behind their net, trying to buy some space, get that up, and Popek does a good job of keeping it in. He'll chip that down and give chase himself. Two men battle for it along. They're able to win it back. Now Popek back over to O'Neill, and he's got it. He's going to turn and fire into the shin pads there. Good work from Burke to keep it in for a second, but now here comes the Bulldogs when he's just going to chip that up to Popek. Popek finds his man there. He's got Palak. Palak makes a move around to check, but the second man for the Bulldogs is able to collect, and they'll send it up. Now Winston keeps it at the point. Shot coming, and he finds the top corner. A beautiful screen there. Good collection from Winston just inside the blue line. doesn't have to think twice, sends it over to the top corner. Great screen in front by Fish. Goalie didn't see it until it was already in the back of the net. 2-1 Roughriders off 2 quick goals. Now the Roughriders cruising. Let's see if they can keep the momentum going here. Great shot, great sequence there from the Roughriders to keep that pressure on as Brooks Matro will win that draw forward. Bulldogs end up coming out with it. Bulldogs working it wide. Gets wide around his man there. Tries to send a backhand pass there. Instead that comes up. Quick pass up to Bodie. He's going to come out with speed. He's going to gain the blue line. Sees his man streaking in on the backside. Tries to make a play for it. Decky helps him out. Keeps that puck in. Onto the stick of the Bulldogs player. Comes out. Good work from Linnemeyer, but rolling on him a touch as he tried to slap it forward. Was unable to do so. Heaton now giving chase. Playing it, wins the battle there. He's going to send it around to Bodie Nix. Bodie just out of his reach a little bit, so the Bulldogs will slap that back down below. And good stick battle there as Decky unable to collect clean. Instead it comes out, and now we got 3-on-3 action here as Bodie will come through, rip a shot on that blocker's side, and another puck comes through the crease, but unable to tap it home was Ziemba's hard shot. Nothing going. Puck kicks off the calf of a Bulldogs player. They push forward, and puck kind of in between bodies. Dunn will push it over to the corner, see if he can catch the Bulldogs on a change. Tries to, but unfortunately changing forwards there. A little bit of confusion and nobody there. Now Brooks will go low. Chip back over to the half wall. Fish has got it, sees his man far side, and he's going to go. Ziemba's got a chance to make a move. Gets it around the man. Now he gets back to the puck. Gets a backhand up off the bar again. Scrambling for it. Puck is still loose. Still sitting down there. G's going to be the first one to it in the corner. He's going to look up. Sees the man up top. Goes back down low instead. Working it below. Working through a couple different bodies. Now that puck comes up. Winston from the blue line. He's already got one from here. Makes a move around. He's going to try to continue to battle for it. Puck comes over and comes across. Puck over to Fish, and pass comes right to a Bulldogs player. They're going to come out. Schofield not going to give him any room, but able to manage to get through that pinch there as Kate continues to battle for it. Puck comes back up to the point. Another hard shot from the point, but this time it is tipped wide. Winston sees the streaking man there. Now he's going to get the pass again. He's just going to push it up himself. Gets that red line. Pushes all the way back down. Jermaine's going to be the first one there for the Bulldogs. Pass comes out. Parker Linnemeyer has a chance. Goalie diving effort to cut down all the angle. Doesn't give him any room. And now it comes all the way out. Popek trying to push for it. And a hard hit there is going to result in the penalty. Trey Dunn coming off for the extra man. Popek kicks it around. Now the whistle blows. We'll see what we get there. It looks like it's going to be a charge or a board. Charging?
Must have been. I think it was a hit.
Yeah, I think they might actually, that might be a roughing there. In any case, Parker absorbed a big hit in front of the bench. And with 2:58 left to go in the first period, the Roughriders will find themselves back on the power play here. O'Neill line out there for it. They've already got one of the two as the Roughriders lead 2-1. O'Neill will take that draw there. Cut down in the face-off circle. The puck comes up hard and all the way out. No icing on the power play. So that will come all the way back to Heaton. He's going to collect. Look for some speed. Sends the puck up and chipped up and through. Now O'Neill's got some speed. Got a man behind him. Tries to get around it, but he's sent down. Heaton tries to keep it in, but instead that's going to come all the way out. He's going to have to regroup. Minute 35 here in the power play. Heaton pushes it up. Gets the red line. Almost gets the blue line. Dodges a check and loses control for a second. Now he sends it down, but Bulldogs are the only ones there, so they're going to get control. Try to send that puck all the way up, and once more that's going to come all the way down. This time on net, so Dunn will play it. Leaves it for Burke. Burke looking for an option. He's got his man there. Howard can gain the blue line. He's got the middle there for him, and good pass there to Popek as he's trying to push. Continues to look for it. Tries to send it across over to Heaton. Heaton makes a nice move. Heaton's going to rip a shot high over the crossbar, but it's collected there again and tried to get the stuff in. Oh, and another shot there when Popek kicks all the way out, and this one gloved down by Heaton. Heaton tries to make a move, but watch out. Gets a good second effort there to keep that one back in the zone. First minute 20 of this power play killed by the Bulldogs. And now they will kill some more time sending that back down. Kopech's got a man on him. Bulldogs player comes around with it, gets in the middle of the ice, and leaves it there. And instead, that's going to come all the way down now. O'Neill looking up at a big body, sees the opportunity for the pass. A nice little play there by Palick, pushes up a little bit more. Tries to get that up to Kopech. Kopech chips his man around, gets through one guy, tries to push that back towards the middle, but instead it's just going to go below the goal line. Bulldogs will collect, and we'll get a change. Pressure there from Caleb. Forces a push up to the middle of the ice. Schofield there to collect. She gets it up. Bodie Nix now on the charge. Makes a move around one man. Gets to another one. Dodges a couple hits there. Puck comes back up to Schofield. She's going to send it down low. Caleb Ziem will go to work. 45 seconds left to go in the period. Power play has expired. Bodie Nix is going to look for a rip there. Schofield able to collect again, and it is there, but watch out. 3-on-2 developing for the Bulldogs. Good stick from Deck. He's going to slow them down. And now watch out. They're able to get back, send a puck across. Ziemba able to keep body position on his man, not let that puck get through. High, I don't know if that was a shot or what, but it came off the helmet of his own player. And now out it comes. We'll chip there at center ice. Pushes things forward. Decky's going to kick it up to Caleb. Caleb got his man ahead of him, sees him, and makes another move. Going to try to do it through three guys. Nothing going. Bulldogs are just going to send this thing down, and that'll do it for the first period. Good, hard-fought first period from both sides. As we've got a player on the ice, looks like Kopech Ziemba as he was coming off, collided with one of the Bulldogs players. He seems to be no worse for wear. And we will end the first period 2-1 for the Roughriders. Good. Welcome back to Eden Prairie High School here. Second period action about to kick off. Roughriders now going left to right on your screen, and they'll win that puck forward. First Matro tries to kick that back over to G. G finds his man, sees it, and it sits there. Oh man. Maybe one pass too many, and watch out. Now here they come the opposite direction. A tripping call is going to go here as G was reaching and got his stick right into the skates of a expecting shooter for the Bulldogs, and hard to argue with that one, as he definitely took away a scoring opportunity, because that would have been a shooting chance for the Bulldogs. So hard to argue that one. In any case, the Bulldogs will go on to the power play. Power play pushed down the corner there. Puck comes back up to the point, and that will get kicked across. Lindemeyer giving chase. Shot comes across. Trey Dunn collects it in the glove. Looks around and says, anybody else want to say anything? A lot of chatter going on already. Good action back and forth. 19:23 left to go in the second period. Still 2-1 Roughriders. $1:46 left to go in the power play. Draw coming off to Trey Dunn's left. One here back to Winston Unger. Chips that puck up, and a good keep from the Bulldogs for a second, but now all of a sudden it comes out, and some great pressure there from Fish. Fish is going to push his man all the way behind the net, and now Burke able to kick it up, but watch out. 2-on-1 coming back the other direction for the Bulldogs. Winston takes away the pass all day long, and a high, hard shot's going to come all the way out.
Clock's not running. Clock's not running, guys.
Clock is stuck there. Lots of shouting here going on. And we probably killed about 40 seconds of this power play, but it's just now starting. Shot comes into the stomach of Trey Dunn, and seems to be a fair amount of chatter. We'll see if they take any time off it. But it looks like they won't. So looks like we're going to get to kill an extra 30 seconds of power play, hopefully here. Roughriders getting fresh legs out there. They had a good kill. They're going, but clock wasn't running, so we're not going to count it. Declan sends that puck high and hard off the glass. It's going to go all the way down, forcing the Bulldogs back below their goal line to recollect. Pressure coming from Popek. He's going to give a little bit more pressure down in the corner, slow him down a little bit further. Good forecheck there. And Popek's going to slow things down. It's going to kick all the way up, comes off of the stick. They say no icing. I'm not quite sure why it wouldn't be icing, but in any case, the Bull are going to get beaten for an interference there. And we're going to have some 5-on-3 action as Jack probably trying to slow the man up just a little bit too long through his derriere into the backside, and now instead of being down to 30 seconds on the power play, we're going to have 1:09 of 5-on-3. Fresh legs coming out. We've got Declan in the back. That puck is one up, chipped up but not out. Back along the half wall. Decky continuing to get pressure here. The Bulldogs are going to come out clean and start to set it up. Looking for a pass in the corner, works it across. Good stick there from Burke, and a hard backhand. Gonna send that thing all the way down. Sorry, that was Seb O'Neill with the backhand there. And now Roughriders able to slow them down through the neutral zone. But here come the Bulldogs. Makes a move at the blue line, able to keep it onside, pushes it over to the corner. Bulldogs will send that all the way down. They go to work below the goal line. Now again comes out to O'Neill, and this time Popek's coming. Popek's got a chance to eat a fair amount of clock here, kicks it down, and a chance for fresh legs to come on here for the Roughriders. More hard work there. Some tired legs on Popek. You have to watch out for that one. He's going to get a chance to get to it here, but just out of gas after a great effort. It's going to come down now, a 2-on-1 low. Great stick from Kate. And Popek's going to keep battling for it. Brooks unable to get it off the stick there. Bulldogs changing. Great effort here. We got one killed so far. So Winston out there now. Back to a single man advantage for the Bulldogs. Great effort. One heck of a kill from David Popek. And he gets off, gets some fresh ice there. We got 32 seconds remaining here in what was a 5-on-3. Great stick from Brooks, and Caleb's going to try to push it forward. He blows a tire. Back in come the Bulldogs. Send that puck towards Trey Dunn. Winston's going to be the first one to get to it. Tries to send it up and out, but off a skate. And now it comes out. Kate gets a block there. Puck is sitting there. Trey Dunn pounces on it. Good saves, great awareness there from all sides. Goaltender able to get a pad on it, knocks it down and just jumps. So 16:55 left to go in the second period. 10 seconds left to go in the kill for the Roughriders. Schofield and Unger remain in the back. Brooks Matro will take this draw. Pushes that over. Ziemba there, and a backhand shot comes right up into the chin of Trey Dunn, and we'll have to do it again. Nice solid save there as the centerman for the Bulldogs able to push through and get a shot on. 5 seconds remaining now. Draw one clean across. Unger is going to be the first one to get to it. He's got a chance to look for it. Sees a man up and just out of the reach of Brooks, but now onto the stick of Bodie. Bodie gets it across, and both guys looking for it, and Bulldogs definitely giving these guys some business here. It looks like we're getting a penalty here as a good pass up got through the Bulldogs defender, and Brooks poked it through over to Bodie. Bodie, as he was trying to get the shot off, just had a stick on him and ends up sending it towards the goalie. It was loose. Brooks was poking at it, and as he did that, Bulldogs players came flying in, sent somebody going, and now all of a sudden we've got a power play for the Roughriders. It's the extracurricular activity called by the referee, and we've got a power play going back for the Roughriders. Puck one down into the corner, and getting some physicality going here, and now they're going to even it up. Cross check there will send off. Sorry, I misread the play. There's a cross check on the Bulldogs and a 5-on-3 for the Roughriders. So it was a good check from Ziemba. Fine with that, but then tempers flaring afterwards as the retaliatory cross check is noticed, and we'll get a minute 53 of 5-on-3. With any luck, it'll be a touch less. Caleb wins it there. He's got point. Kate gonna work to the middle. Got the back door there for Bodie. Bodie sends it across just through the blue paint, but onto the backhand, unable to tip it forward was Caleb. Caleb's now got a circle, gets it up to Kate. Kate works it to the middle, sees it down to Bodie. One-timer coming into the chest. It sits there loose. It's still out. Now Winston's got a chance. He's got some time to look for it. He's going to find Kate in the middle. Kate's going to wind it up, get a shot there off the glove, and now controlled again by Ziemba. Ziemba looking for it across. Tries to find the centering pass, but well read by the Bulldogs defender. They're going to send it all the way down, and Schofield will have to come back behind her own net. Fresh legs coming out for the Bulldogs. Kate looking for it. She's got Bodie way up there, finds him, and now they're going to gain the line. Still 5-on-3 here. Bodie working in the middle. Looking for a shot into the glove, and a little late push there from the Bulldogs sends Caleb into the goalie. Ref saw the push, so he didn't call the penalty. Minute 1 remaining on the 5-on-3. Minute 8 on the other penalty. Fresh set of the Roughriders take the ice as Jermaine will take this draw to the left of the Bulldogs goalie. He's got Heaton in the back, and nice work there from Fish as he now works back towards the middle. He's going to rip a shot. It sits there for a second. Hard rebound, and the soft backhand ties Decky up a little bit, and Heaton will have to come back and collect. He turns and goes. Sends a maybe misguided pass up there, but now he's going to push through. Ties up a man here, and we're going to come in. G's going to have the opportunity to push into the corner. He's going to battle through a check. Fish has it, works it down low. Gets around a man, looking for a centering pass. It sits on the back of the net, tipped back out, and they're going to send that up. And that will get all the way down to Trey Dunn, force a regroup for the Roughriders. Heaton looking for it, needs some speed. Makes the move around one man. Gets it in the zone, but then loses it now. And he's going to be sitting down. He's going to try to work that thing back up the corner, loses control of it. And G shows off some tremendous hand-eye coordination, but unfortunately, that one was just below the ceiling. So it's going to be a high stick that'll kick it out. We'll see if they bring it all the way down. I imagine they will, which will all but do it for the power play, as 1 second remains, and this draw will come down to the right of goalie Trey Dunn. So 1 second in the 5-on-3, 9 seconds in the power play. Puck is pushed back over to Dunn. Burke will send that over to his partner, Winston Unger. Winston's going to look for it. He's got his man streaking. Finds Parker. Parker chips it back all the way across. And now we come in with a little bit of speed. Leaving it for G. G working around, trying to find that centering pass. Penalty has expired. And now the Roughriders back to 5-on-5 action. G circling the zone, loses it a little bit. Gets it back again. Winston now up on the point. Winston's going to get a chance to get a shot. And stick down, look out, here come the Roughriders. Good back check from Burke, able to get an errant pass. They push that up. Now all of a sudden Bulldogs unable to get anything going. They're going to push it forward. Fish up to G. G getting around the stick. But that stick was enough to just slow him down and offside. So fair amount of penalties here in the second period. 2 5-on-3s. Neither team able to capitalize. And we remain 2-1, 13:55 left to go in the first period. Fake drop there from the referee. Gets everybody going. O'Neill's unfazed. Wins that puck back to Unger. He's going to send that low. Puck comes along the half wall. Batted down by Burke. He's going to continue to push for it. Halleck's there as well. They push it down. Bulldogs still chipping it forward. Puck can't get off the wall. O'Neill finally has a chance, has a great look between the legs. Man, that was a good pass there to the back door, but got through one Bulldog player, not the second. Good stick there, but now Bulldogs able to get it in. They chip it down low and try to send a centering pass there. Comes errantly out, and a nice play from Seb, but as he tries to battle it, the Bulldogs continue to put pressure on it. Now finally over to Unger where he can get some space. He's got Palak up there. It was a tough pass and a hard one to hit. He had a narrow window there. He went for it. You got to give him credit. Some hockey player said something about you miss 100% of the passes you don't make. I think that was it. I'm still learning the game. But in any case, it was a good look, just maybe a little bit out of the reach. And we'll come all the way back down for an icing draw. Won by the Bulldogs. They're going to get a hard shot over there. Trey Dunn pushes it off. Bulldogs player make contact to drag him out of the crease, but it's not going to matter because we're going to come out with speed. Here comes Palak. Palak makes a great pass and a nice effort there from O'Neill to get it on the net, but he just couldn't lift it. Puck stays there in the middle. Puck still right there at the top of the blue paint. They say it's still loose. Now finally we get a whistle. That Bulldogs goalie was just trying to get it sealed under the glove and finally did. Good effort there. Once again by the Roughriders to take pressure from the Bulldogs and shove it right back down their throat. 12:39 left to go now in the second period. Natural line out there to take this draw to the left of Bulldogs goalie. Bulldogs win it, push it back up the half wall, and now out they come. Pressured there. Declan's going to eat that, and back in we go. Caleb has the opportunity for a shot, but just rolled off his blade as he was going to shoot. Makes the move between one set of legs, two sets of legs. Out it comes to Bodie. Bodie looking for a pass. Gets it over to Parker, and kicks it up there. And now Bodie's got an empty net to shoot at. It rolls around for a little bit. Still loose, still out. Back up to Declan, but it just rolls under his stick. Kate able to keep it there. Declan has a diving lunge towards the net, and again, the puck comes right across the blue paint. Goalie doesn't have his stick. He gets it back now. Caleb working it. Decky sends it back down below behind the ref. Caleb eating a couple checks. He keeps that up, comes all the way up to Declan. Declan, no look there. It comes off a skate. Bodie's got it. Man, he had that top corner labeled, and a blocker thrust by the goaltender is able to push it back out in the corner. Bulldogs finally able to relieve a little bit of pressure as Decky has to get a backhand there low. Still offside. And now Bulldogs come out with it. Separated there. Good back check from Linnemeyer is going to help that puck come all the way down. Bulldogs changing. Kate able to go. Kate has the stretch pass there. Caleb comes in 2-on-2. He's got Bodie there with him. Sends it back over to Bodie, but it handcuffs him a touch, and he's going to have no choice but to try to dangle through a couple guys, which he is willing to do. Bodie now heads up. Quick stop. Looking back for it. Sees the opportunity to kick it up, gets a backhand onto the backhand of Schofield. She works it back down to Bodie on the half wall. Bodie maybe not used to having to absorb that much of a check, does so anyway, and now he's fine. Parker's going to backhand that in. Still stuck along the half wall a little bit here. Gets it all the way up to Heaton. Heaton trying to send that thing low, stick down, and it's going to come all the way out. They're going to say no icing. I guess they think that Kate was able to get to that one. And Kate has it, loses it. Heaton does a good job of battling into the corner and just freezing it there so they can get a little bit of extra opportunity. Puck comes up but not out, but it doesn't matter as a hard hit well after the play had come out. It looked like Fish maybe got something up in the head. Right in front of the referee again, so now we'll end up with a power play again. 10:28 in the second period here. Another Roughriders power play. As this game has gotten physical, the referee's doing everything they can to keep it under control. Jermaine line out for the power play. Heaton and Burke in the back. Coach Vanover asking his boys to spread the ice. I'm not quite sure that's what he meant. Puck's going to come all the way down. Burke's got a man pressuring him. Sends it over to partner Heaton. Heaton back over to Burke, trying to buy some space. Good hard forecheck here from the Bulldogs to get it out. Now they spring it, but Jermaine unable to collect, and it comes back. Burke's going to have to do it all over again. Burke looking for a man. Sends it up to Heaton. Heaton's got some room. He's going to gain the red line, get it over to Parker. Parker able to collect. Now he's got a man down low. Tries to feed it through to G, but the Bulldogs read it well. They're going to send that thing all the way down. Dunn will have to come out of the net and play it. Pushes it up to Burke. Burke has got two men low. Sends it right up into the skates of one player. Bulldogs have a chance for a shot. They send that thing wide, but they're going to be the first ones to it. Oh, minute 11 here, and they get the puck up. Watch out. Holy macaroni. It works out, though, as now we have a 3-on-1. Gets lost. Heaton's going to be the one to get back to it. Heaton stays onside. Able to get it back to Fish. Fish rips a shot. Sits there for a second. It's loose. Jermaine unable to collect. Sends it across off the side of the net. Still behind the net. Fish gets to it. Now Jermaine coming out with it. Goalie without his stick. Jermaine working into the corner. Tries to circle back. Sends that up. Now Heaton's going to get to it. Two Bulldogs without their stick, one of them being the goaltender, and now the puck comes all the way around to Burke. Burke's got a second to look. He's going to send that across to partner Heaton. Heaton rips a shot, comes off of the backside of a player and back into the corner for Parker. Parker tries to get a centering pass there, comes off the skate. We're going to get another check that's going to be called here. You're going to get an interference as Parker had made the play. He'd pushed it back up to Burke on the point, and the Bulldogs player finished his check maybe a touch too late there. The referees are saying it was a good hard hit. I mean, otherwise shoulder to shoulder, but like I said, I think the referee is trying to maybe get control of this game a little bit more as the physicality is absolutely picked up in the second period. And now with 8:40 left to go in that second period, Roughriders with their second 5-on-3 of the game. Seb O'Neill out there with his line to take the draw. Wins it back up to Schofield. Schofield over to Unger. Unger's got a lane to shoot. Looks for it and sits there for a second. A great shot pass there from Winnie. Had O'Neill on the back door, and somehow that goaltender able to just get a toe on it and then cover it with the glove. We'll do it again. 15 seconds now on the 5-on-3. Bulldogs win this one, though. With the man advantage, though, they're able to get back to it with the Roughriders, and they'll send that up, and a pass well read there by the Bulldogs. Now Kate is going to have to come all the way down. And the Bulldogs will kill off the 5-on-3 with a shot into Trey Dunn's glove. We'll start the remaining minute 39 of the power play with a draw off to his right. So some good action there, good passing on the power play, but one of those one extra passes that the Bulldogs have been reading well as they win this draw. Shot coming off, nice block from O'Neill, gets out over to Powell. Powell's going to be able to get out. He's going to send a soft chip up to Popek. Popek's got a chance to get down and get some pressure on it. He does. Powell sends it back up to Schofield. Schofield sends it back to the short side. Popek got a chance to make a move. He's going to push it over to Unger. Unger now looking for it, spinning. Makes a nice little cutback move. You got a man on the back door if it's there. Sees him. Oh, it comes right through. Kicks off the goalie. Palick unable to get any control of it. So now Kate's going to work in the middle. She gets it there. Winston calling for it, ripping a high, hard shot, and comes high off the glass. Palick able to collect, wins it back down over O'Neal. O'Neal stopping, spinning, sees the point. Kate's got it. She's going to work to the middle. She wants a piece. Stick down there, and the Bulldogs are going to be able to send that thing all the way down. Trey Dunn will play that, and Schofield will come back to collect. Some fresh bodies coming out from both sides. Schofield looks to make that stretch pass up. Finds Popek. Popek finds Brooks. Brooks working in. Tries to dangle around. Sends a backhand between the legs. He's going to collect his own rebound, but it comes through the legs of his Bodie, and Bulldogs able to get it. They're going to send that down. 22 seconds remaining here on the man advantage for the Roughriders. Bulldogs kick it into the corner. Palick reads well, buys some time, back over to Dot. Dot sends it over into space. Bodie there with a little bit of time. He's got a man coming quick though. And Kate's just going to have to slap at it. She finally is able to do so, but it gets caught in Bodie's skates. Now Brooks able to push it up to Bodie. And some Roughriders looking for a change. Bodie still has it there. Tries to get a shot, tries to get another backhand shovel towards the net. Up to Brooks, Brooks up to Dot. Dot's got a shooting lane, sends it off the blocker. It sits there and tucked in by Brooks Maprode. Let's go. The third goal of the game, coming off a hard shot from the point from Declan Dot. Able to collect there. I believe that was Bodie in front of the net. And as he shoveled it, trying to get around the goaltender, lost control of it for a minute. Brooks able to collect it below the goal line and tuck it right back in. That goalie that was sprawled out trying to make the initial save. 3-1 Roughriders. 6:22 left to go here in the second period. Draw coming at center ice now. One back to Bodie. Bodie's going to push it through the triangle, work back up on a nice give and go here. He's got some speed. Left back for Brooks. Brooks, another turning shot towards the net. This one kicks back out. The goaltender still trying to find it, and he thought he had it under his glove, but it bounced off his glove, and he ended up covering it with the blocker, dropped his stick to do so. I don't think the referee saw that. It was still loose. In any case, he did get his hand back on it, so the right call there. The whistle stops the play. 6:09 left to go here in the second period. Draw one back up to Heaton. Heaton's going to rip a high, hard shot and into the net. Another goal. Once again, the Roughriders find the magic of 2 goals in under a minute. And they're starting to pour it on. Good hard shot from Heaton at the point. Is tipped by Fish. He finds his first one of the night. And here we go. 4-1 lead for the Roughriders. Great looks there. Everybody feeling good, but back to playing hockey. These refs want to go home. Bulldogs getting their lines going. Master will take that draw. Pushes it over to Bodie. Bodie had it, lost it for a second, tries to push it forward with one hand. Comes down off a Dot stick. Dot looking, finding some time, spinning around, kicks that back up to Bodie. Bodie tries to make a good backhand pass. It was very close to being offside, but it was kept on apparently, and one-handed effort from Heaton's not going to be good enough. And now it comes all the way back around to Bodie. Bodie needs to get there a little bit more urgency. His body's again just going flying from the Bulldogs. This is looking more like a bad boxing match than a hockey game right now. Ziemba doing a great forecheck there, try to keep that puck in. Another great forecheck. And here we go. He's got 2 there. Looks for the hard shot off the back of the net. Kicks it down low over to Fish. Fish and Ziemba there. Pushed up and kept in for a moment, but then all the way down. Looks like an icing will slow things down for us here as we tick down to 5:01 in the second period. Lots of action here as referees have been doing a good job of staying on top of the whistle. Had a fair amount of penalties and a good amount of goals for your Roughriders here. So 4-1 with 5:01 left to go in the second period. Jermaine line to come out. He's got Winston and Burke behind him. Wins that puck up and bobbled there a little bit. And now ripped towards the net, comes off of the glove. And Lindmeyer will be the first one to it. He's going to serve it, looking for it, taking a pass. Trying to get something going there. Puck comes over right there to Fish, comes up, And now Burke's going to get a chance to work it down. Avoids a check, and Bulldogs will push it up. Glove down by Parker, pushes it over to G. Still rolling there. It's going to come all the way out to Winston. Winston turns and fires. G unable to collect that pass. Now it comes out, and we've got a 3-on-2 for the Bulldogs. It comes off a stick. Nice work there. Winston's going to have it. He's going to look up. Sees the man there, but it's going to get through everybody. They're going to say it was close enough to being played that they're not going to call icing. And now Parker will go down in the battle of the eights and comes all the way out. And now Bulldogs will be the first one to it. Bulldogs pushing wide, trying to get a shot off. His bodies go flying into the boards here. That comes all the way out. Now Lindemeyer will push pressure on there. Pass D to D from the Bulldogs. They get back on side and they'll rush in. Shot coming across. Toe save there by Trey. Kicks the rebound out to Winston, who tries to send it up. The Bulldogs read it. They've got numbers low. They don't necessarily read it, but they get the puck down, and a good tip from wide gets it back on net. Bulldogs still with it. Now he's got a man there. Sends a shot high over the crossbar. Bulldogs getting a little bit of momentum down here in the zone, though. Winston will get to it. He's just going to send that thing high off of somebody. They're going to say it's an icing, though, so it'll come all the way down back to the left of Trey Dunn. Some good saves there, good awareness from Trey, as there's a couple tips that sent that puck back on, and a hard time collecting. O'Neill line out there. Puck is won by the Bulldogs. Hard shot. Gets through Dunn a little bit there, but enough that it goes wide. Another hard shot. Kicked aside by Kate. Bulldogs continuing their pressure, trying to make a run at it. Kopech tries to get it up. And the forechecking the Bulldogs up the task once more. Now they kick it up to the point. Bulldogs looking. Shot into the back of Kate, and now we've got a 2-on-1 going the other way. Great pass here, gives Kopech a breakaway, makes a move, stopped, and just ahead of the stick of Palak as he had the net there, and it's a great stick check. Is able to get that out of range, and that comes back out. Kate kicks it up out of the zone, offside there, so the Bulldogs will collect. Puck gets held up in the Zamdor a little bit there. Kate able to find Kopech, who had a man up. The Bulldogs read it. Palak unable to get to it. And he puts pressure on it. That comes down. Played by Dunn. Kate sends it back over to the far wall, but nobody there, only Bulldogs. So Bulldogs get a chance in the front. Now, diving effort sends that puck into the corner, and a hard slap from the goal line goes nowhere. Decky's going to send that up, and they're saying no ice. Palak with a hard push down there to get to it first, buying some time, needs some support though. Gets it now, Kopech able to win that off. Now fighting through a man. Looking for time and space. Makes a good cut through the triangle. Another great move. Comes through and pushed up by the Bulldogs. Here they come with a little bit of speed. Now they get it up. Good combination effort from the defense there. And the shot goes wide of the net. Now the Bulldogs with it still. Getting up. Heaton. Got a man there. Pushes it up. Tries to chip it ahead is Caleb, and he'll push it down in for Bodie Nix. Bodie up to Brooks. Brooks looking for it. Gets it tipped off the stick. Caleb able to collect. Pushes it down towards the net. Bulldogs have position there, though. Nothing going. Out they come. Heaton on his man there. A good centering pass creates a one-on-one opportunity. Heaton gets back in the play, and the Bulldogs have nothing going. Roughriders coming out. Here comes Bodie. Tries to make a move there, and a good poke from the Bulldogs separates it. Heaton will have to come back and collect again. Sends a backhand pass there. Comes up to Bodie's stick and pinches his man just a little bit. Catches him maybe unable to move. Bodie looking for the high, hard shot. It's going to come all the way around to Burke. Burke pushes it back down along the half wall. Ziemba looking for it. Has a man all the way across. Sees Bodie. Bodie rips it. Goalie's out and covers it. Covers that angle very well. Bodie sends his man into the corner hard. Centering pass there comes up to Burke. Burke loses it for a second, but a good effort there to get it back in. Backhand effort now comes up to a few different people here. Bodie trying to get it, and it comes all the way back out. Heaton will circle around. Now he's got a chance to make a move. Makes a move around one, sending it up. 15 seconds left to go here in the second period. He's just going to get the red line and send that thing down. Going for a change. And We've got the Roughriders with control as the final seconds wind down. An effort there from Brooks. Kate's able to keep it in the zone, tipped around a little bit, but that will do it for 2 periods of play. So after 2, it's 4-1 Roughriders. Folks, it looks like we'll have a Zam between the second and third period once again, so we'll get a little bit of a break in the action. We'll let you go get some dinner, use the bathroom, do whatever you need. Join us here again in about 10 minutes. Welcome back, Rough Riders fans. Look at that pretty clean sheet of ice to start the third period here. Rough Riders up 4-1, back going right to left on your screen. Popek will push that down. Tries to fight through a man there. Bulldogs definitely trying to get the things going there. A lot of activity and loud stick banging from the bench, but that puck's going to come down towards their goaltender nonetheless. O'Neill shoves it down into the corner. Pallet gives chase, comes off of the shin pad, back up to Schofield. Schofield looking for the shot pass, comes off with a skate there. Hard shot, ends up going off the post. It'll be all the way down. Trey Dunn will play it back up to Schofield. Schofield got a chance to find the man on the stretch pass. Finds Popek. He's got it. He's got O'Neill on the far side there, but stick from the Bulldogs sends that up. Schofield able to separate her man. Nobody wants the puck there for a second. Popek's going to be the one to come and get it. David giving some chase there, pushing the puck up is the Bulldogs. Now Brooks with the forecheck, now giving his man any space. Stop move there, cleanly taken inside. And Popek tries to chip it up over to Brooks, but Bulldogs are the only ones there. Caleb Ziemba on the ice now, pushing, forcing that puck up against the ice and the Zamboni door. Now Caleb's got it, tries to get across to a man, but too many bodies, wasn't able to get a shot off. Sends it over to Brooks. Brooks gloves it down to the skate, kicks it back up to the stick, kicks it over to Brody. Bodie loses a skate there, and Bulldogs are able to collect. Now, Bulldogs surveying, trying to find a pass. They push it up, chipped up, and Decky almost able to keep it in. As the last second comes up, Heaton's got a man draped all over him. He's going to push behind the net, uses the net, gains some ice, backhand pass up. Now here we come. Brooks pushing it up to Bodie, just out of the reach, and it's going to come around. Brooks takes a hard hit there and sends that puck all the way back down around behind the net. Bodie sends his man into the Zamboni door, and the Bulldogs will ice the puck. Smooth ice sends that thing all the way down. We'll have an icing draw. 17:49 left to go in the third period. 4-1 Rough Riders. Some good pressure here from the Rough Riders already. Sending the puck towards the net a couple times, unable to get anything on. Puck one back there, and now a 2-on-1 coming. Puck comes up, pass out of the range of the Bulldogs player. Winston will come and collect. Avoids a check, backhand comes off the back of the net now and kicks back over to him. Winston with a chance to flip it up, does. Comes up to the blue line and just enough outside. And we'll get a stoppage of play. Offside on the Bulldogs, draw will come just outside the Rough Riders zone. Always interesting to see how the teams react when they don't know if the ice make will come between the second and third period. These teams seem to pick up right back where they left off. Chipped out to the middle there. Bulldogs player sends it through the skates of Linnemeyer. Look out. Now a shot comes, and Trey Dunn up to the task, gets it with the glove, kicks it over the net. Winston up to Fish, comes off his skate, and Bulldogs able to send it there. A good tip, sends the puck from the middle of the net off to the side. Bulldogs still with it. Winston coming down, sandwiches his man against the boards. Bulldogs have men though, they're able to kick it up, but that one's going to come out, and a broken stick. What would have otherwise been a great opportunity turns into a shooting chance for the Bulldogs. They send it out, and now Bodie's got a chance to collect. Popek gets a chance to collect, but just out of his reach, and now Jermaine's got it. Jermaine turning, firing, off of the stick behind the net. Up to Burke. Burke keeps it in. Comes off of a skate. Bulldogs up, and Burke will have to recollect. Does so. Winston has the red line. Flips that down in the corner. Linnemeyer will be there for the Rough Riders. Sends that up. Jermaine able to keep it in. Jermaine absorbs the body and will come up. Jermaine makes a move around one, not two or three. And the puck comes up. Nice keep by Decky, sends that low. Again to a waiting Bulldog stick. Twice now that happens. Bulldogs, though, send it off their own player. Jermaine able to keep it in. Jermaine shields it with his body over to Parker. Parker back, trying to feed Jermaine on the back post, which would have been an easy goal, but that was a tremendous save, tremendous effort by the goaltender. Keep that thing out. Over to Jermaine. Jermaine had it for a second, caught in between shooting and passing, but he's going to continue to battle. Sends a backhand towards the net. Goalie says, all right, how about we slow this down a little bit? Freezes it with the glove. Jermaine appears to be exchanging addresses with the Bulldogs. Probably going to be trading pins later, I got to imagine. Can't imagine they'd be talking about anything else. O'Neill takes that draw, one into the corner by the Bulldogs. They push it around, comes behind their net. Good pressure from O'Neill, but out the Bulldogs come. More good pressure, forces that puck up on Declan's stick, and out we go again. Now we got a 3-on-2 coming. Comes out wide. Seb O'Neill has it, tries to get the puck there, kicks off of the goaltender. Decky's got it one more time. He's flattened, and we've got a 2-on-1. Could have been offside, but no. And it works towards the backhand. Dunn sliding way out of his crease there to kick that thing into the corner, negate everything, and Seb O'Neill able to dive out of a hit there. Otherwise, he had a big boy coming at him, and that was probably going to hurt. So great job to avoid that one. Puck kicks up to Schofield. Schofield has a chance to win it over there to Popek does. Popek sends it over to Brooks. Brooks tries for the spinning pass, but read by the Bulldogs. They kick it up and in. Schofield there. Sends it into a soft spot for Brooks. He's got speed. Tries to send it across for Powell, but just out of his reach. Comes back to Decky. Decky does a good job of holding it. He's going to send that thing all the way down, get a change. Bodie Nix will be the first one to it. Tries to play the backhand there, but angles off it just a touch, and it comes out for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs now pushing forward. Heaton does a good job of getting it, but as he goes to the ice, unable to get the angle correct for that one. Now he uses his stick to separate the man, and Brooks kicks it back up to his stick. Good one-handed, backhanded effort to get it over. Bodie sends that puck towards the net. Caleb trying to get to it, sends it all the way around. Burke will get to it there. Burke pinches it against the Zamboni door, sends it back down for Nix. Caleb has a chance there. Bodie's going to be the first one to it. Spins out, has a look on the forehand, sends it to the glove, and it waits. Another shot there, just lightly over the crossbar, and now Parker's got a chance. Parker looking for it, sends it into the skates, he gets it right back. And a hook there. And it looks like we're going to get an interference there. And that will send Caleb Ziemba to the box. 13:32 left to go in the third period here. 4-1 Roughriders. They'll find themselves on the kill. Some good effort there from the Roughriders to send the puck on net, but it looked like maybe players got tangled up a little bit behind the net, and Ziemba maybe gave his man an extra shot right in front of the referee. They're not going to let him get away with that. Good block there. That is still stinging Fish, but he's a tough kid. He's going to fight through it. Burke putting pressure on the man in the corner. Bulldogs out with it, up to the point. Hard shot coming through, skips all the way out. G's going to be the first one to it. Tries to make a move, and it's pushed right down. Comes all the way out through Heaton. Fish now has a chance to go 1-on-2. He's got his man beat on the angle, comes to the middle, looks for a shot, but a back check from the Bulldogs is going to have that thing just glide easily off of his stick, and the Bulldogs are back on the rush. Here come the Bulldogs. Heaton pushes his man wide, backhand pass, shot, comes into the belly of Trey Dunn, and looks like we're going to get a slash call on the Bulldogs. So the extra whack after the whistle on goalie Trey Dunn is enough to send the Bulldogs to the box for a slash. And now we've got a minute 32 of 4-on-4. So Seb O'Neill, Parker Littemeyer up front. Winston Unger, Kate Schofield in the back. Draw coming to the right of the Bulldogs goaltender. Puck is won, but Winston pinching down to help out with the draw, unable to get to it. 4-on-4 draw, not something that they were able to practice too much in the spring session, it appears, and got a little bit lost. Bulldogs now coming behind their net. Nice spin move there, buys the Bulldogs some time. They come up on the rush. Parker's not going to make it easy, and that pass comes all the way out to Kate. Kate sends it over to Winnie. Winnie on the red line, kicks it across. Nice look there. Comes off of Parker's skate and off of O'Neal. O'Neal's got a look. He's going to send that up to Schofield. Schofield has it roll on her, though, just as it gets to the blue line. She sends it up. Hard pass, absorbed by the body of the Bulldogs player, forces Kate all the way back down. Watch out. Here comes the hit. She avoids it. Parker spinning, looking for a pass, and that one goes right to the middle. Luckily, Unger on top of it. Now he's going to kick it behind the net, buy himself some time, come out with a head of steam. Getting the red line with Unger. Unger faking the dump, and unfortunately, as he went to go cut around the outside, Parker lost his ability to get out of the way. I mean, frankly, I'd want to get out of the way of Winnie going full steam ahead too. So as he lifted his skate, drew himself offside, and get a whistle and a face-off just outside the Bulldogs zone. 11:36 left to go in the third. 5 seconds left to go in the 4-on-4. Then the Bulldogs will be killing a penalty. Rough Riders will get their next power play of the game here as the penalty has expired. Rough Riders now on the power play. Bulldogs pushing it around. Good work from Popek to pin it down. Bodie Nix comes out with it. Comes up to Declan. Declan rips a shot. Caleb saw it, but unable to get a stick on it is how Heaton works it down in the corner. He's going to continue to battle. Sends it back up to Ziamba. Good look there. Comes back up to the point. Decky's got a little bit of space. He's got his head up. Comes around, and he pushes it back up to Bodie. Bodie's going to kick it down in the corner. Now, Popek tries to make a move there. Good play from the Bulldogs. Now Bodie's got it. Bodie looking for it. One-timer coming from Heaton, and a stick there. It kicks out to the side. Bodie tries to get a shot. So many bodies in front that it couldn't get through. Now it comes over to the side. Popek, nice little move there, kicks across over the side. Bodie's going to be able to get to it first. Good power play, good control here from the Rough Riders. The Bulldogs have nothing but to send it up, and hard pass gets through Jack Heaton, and they're going to have to come back out and regroup. Bodie battling through two guys, tries to send it up. Penalty has expired now, so we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Popek giving pressure there, gets the man back. Heaton battling for it, sends it up. Second man there is that puck needs to get off the stick of the Rough Riders players just a touch earlier here. They're getting good looks, but they're giving the Bulldog an opportunity to get in front of those passes, and they're able to control the zone one more time. Heaton bodies his man there. Bodie Nix chips that up to Caleb. We got 2-on-2 that comes over to Popek. Popek has the back checker stripping of the puck there. It comes off the derriere of Bodie Nix. Slows things down. Heaton slows his man up for a second. Trey Dunn out to challenge a low angle shot. Catches it in the glove. And a stoppage of play. 9:39 left to go in the third period. Bulldogs still trying to claw their way back into this one. The Rough Riders have done a good job of holding off the pressure. It remains 4-1 Rough Riders. Brooks Matro line out there. First time in a couple minutes that we've had a 5-on-5 draw. Comes around to Burke. Burke unable to get that past the Bulldogs player. Another effort there from Brooks is going to come right back up. Bulldogs are offside. They check up, but oh my goodness gracious me. Trey Dunn did not know where that one was. It looked like it kicked off the inboards funny, and maybe some just miscommunication there as nobody realized that puck had rolled up on edge and was sitting there right on the blue paint. Right as the Rough Riders did realize it, the Bulldogs pounce on it and tap it in behind Trey Dunn. So just as quick as that, we're down to a 2-goal game here. And the Bulldogs applying that pressure. Rough Riders slap it forward. Gerard gets it over to Winston. Winston's going to send that puck down towards the net, but it kicks off the side. Bulldogs will collect below the net. Good pressure from Fish. Bulldogs send it up. Winston pinching. G doing a good job on the back check to cover his man. He's going to get to it first. Wins the body position there, but unable to win the puck. And maybe just a touch of sloppy play from the Rough Riders, giving the Bulldogs life. Another chance there. They're going to continue to look. I don't know how that one stayed out. We're going to say that Trey just got his paybacks from the goalie gods as somehow that one stayed out of the net. It was a great move to get it up, and they just couldn't find the back of the net. Enough stick pressure from the Roughriders wouldn't allow them to get a shot, and the Bulldogs will collect. But a good read there from Fish. Sends that puck right back down. Makes a move around one. And again, one too many, but G's there. G's going to work it back up to the point. G on the backhand. Sends a backhand pass over to Brooks. Brooks hit as he's shooting and goes harmlessly into the corner. Puck comes up. Burke just pinched a little bit there on the boards. The puck bounced right off the boards just as it was getting to his stick. That's a hard one to collect, but instead of coming around, Popek now has a chance. He's got a man. Dances around one. Looks for the shooting angle, but instead loses it. He's going to chip that back up to O'Neill. O'Neill takes a hard body there. Schofield able to come back though. She's going to send it around. She's going to use the net for some protection there up to Palak. That one again, a weird spot on the boards, and now able to come out is Popek. He's got it. Gets in the corner, buys some time. Sees the man low. He's got O'Neill. Comes across and buries it. On a broken stick, no less. As a tremendous play, Popek circling at the blue line, sees that he's got O'Neill down low. O'Neill catches it, and then as he goes to shoot it, he just gets it rolling a little bit on edge, and it's able to get cleanly up and over the glove of the Bulldogs goalie. In the process, he slams his stick on the ice in celebration, and he'll be buying a new one as well. But hey, would you look at that? That gets us enough to have a 3-goal lead once again, and Caleb will get it in this time. Now it comes around. He gets that battle in the corner. Tate pinching a little bit. Decky does a good job of keeping it in, but they say he did not. And we'll have an offside draw just outside the Bulldogs zone. 7:12 left to go in the third period here. 5-2 is the Roughriders lead. Matro out there to take this draw. Nick's to his left. He's got Caleb to his right. Puck comes all the way down into the corner and kicked up. Bulldogs will come out with some speed. Decky right on top of him, doing a good job of maintaining gap, forces the puck to come all the way down. No icing is the call. Schofield takes it behind the net. Bodied a little bit, but she's got some help from her partner, Decky, and now Decky's got wheels. Decky tries to send a hard pass out there, comes off the shoulder of a Bulldogs player, and Ziema's going to be the first one to it. Looking for it, makes a move around one. Tries to send that up to Schofield. Schofield's going to get a one-time effort. It is loose, but the Bulldogs defender had a stick on it. Now all of a sudden we've got a 2-on-3, 3-on-2, whatever you want to call it, going back the opposite way. Declan pushing his man against the half wall, separates that puck for a second. Now Schofield's got a chance to collect as the Bulldogs are changing. Ziemba sends a good solid backhand pass over to Nix, who's got men all over him. He's going to keep fighting for it, finally able to collect, and he's going to rip a shot that comes off a stick high up into the netting. Stoppage of play. Down to 6:09 left to go in the game. Roughriders earn their way back up to another 3-goal lead. Let's see if they can hold on to it. Jermaine to take this draw. He wins that back up. Keaton able to keep it. He's going to fire that thing all the way down low. Puck comes up, and this time the high chip unable to be kept in. Heaton's going to have to come back. No icing is the call. Uses his body to shield, sends that puck up, and a little bit of a hard chip there as Fish unable to control, but at least keeps it in the neutral zone. G looking to chip. Comes back out again. Heaton pushes that back. He's got a man on him. He's got to be careful. Tries to get it up, but just a little bit outside for Fish, and now Bulldogs are pushing it back up through the neutral zone. They've got a stretch pass there. Burke's on him. Man's going to spin, cut back, and good back check there from Parker Lindmeyer is going to be able to push that up. Shot comes out now. Heaton's got a man coming and does a good job of shielding it, but once again, the Roughriders maybe just holding on to it just a half second too long, and luckily player is just a bit offside. I'll blow it dead and come back outside of the Roughriders zone. 5:11 left to go, third period here. And it looks like we're actually getting a tripping call here on Parker Linnemeyer. I didn't see the trip clearly. Maybe that happened right there in the blue line, which is what ended up causing the play to go offside. So a little bit of extra work here for the Rough Riders. They've got a penalty to kill, and the puck is won back behind Dunn. Bulldogs able to control. They push back up to the point. They're going to work along the half wall. Good pressure there, forces that puck up and out. And now Popek's chasing his man down. He's going to see if he can push him all the way back behind the goal line. He does. Bulldogs trying to find their man there. Another good pressure move from Popek. And now backed up by Seb. And again, slowing down the rush of the Bulldogs, but here they come. Burke pushes it over. Crossbody glove save from Trey Dunn. We'll shut that rush down, and we'll get another whistle. Some fresh legs out there for the Rough Riders. Minute 26 left to go on the man advantage for the Bulldogs. He's there trying to find another one to get this thing a little bit tighter. Rough Riders needing to just get that puck off their stick and out of harm's way. Jermaine pinches it against the half wall. Help there from Kate. Kate chips it up, and only there are Bulldogs as the puck comes down and around. Now Seb O'Neill makes a nice chip play. He's got help from G. Puck comes all the way down to the Bulldogs though, and let's see if G can be the first one to it. He is. G battling for it, keeps it down below the goal line, tries to stuff it up in front, but it comes along the side of the net. He loses control. Bulldogs are going to try to push out, and they do. Comes off of a skate. G's going to get a chance again. This time going 1-on-3. There's his stick held a little bit, but not enough for a call until Bulldogs will come back out. Bulldogs gain the red line, getting the change, so they're just going to dump it in. Schofield will collect. She's going to come behind her net. Spinning move there, buys her some more time. 34 left to go on the penalty. Puck comes all the way up and tipped out by the Bulldogs players. Bulldogs expressing a little bit of frustration here. I think the Rough Riders have definitely given them a game. In fairness, they've given one right back, and we've got a good battle on our hands. 29 seconds left to go here in the power play for the Bulldogs. Forward line of Matro and Nix out there with Unger and Schofield in the back. Won by the Rough Riders, and Winnie's going to collect. Again, that puck just sticking on them a little bit, and they're not able to get it off cleanly, but luckily Kate's going to get it, and she's going to take advantage. She's going to push all the way down. She's going to go wide. And once again, the clock is not running on a penalty. Finally, they get it going, but one more time, and Bulldogs are getting an extra 10 seconds here at power play. And Winston's going to say that move is not going to fly as the man tries to stop. And Winston just frankly turned him into a grilled cheese. A little panini press there as the body's now going back and forth. And dangerous play there as Fish was trying to send his man into another dimension. Missed the check, went headfirst from the boards. Looks like he's okay. He's battling for it there. Kate battling for it now. It's on Decky's stick. Penalty has expired. Decky chips up to Nix. Nix has it bobble on him a little bit there. And that puck's going to come all the way around to Heaton. Heaton, nice little deception move. Loses his man. He's going to have some room. He's going to look up. Finds the pass there, but maybe a touch stretch too far. Fish is able to get to it though. Now he goes one-on-one. Little tip-chip move, and Bulldogs able to read it. Declan tried to glove that one down. Unfortunately, just slowed it down just enough. The Bulldogs player able to get to it, but Declan throws the body. Heaton pushes it up. Popek over to Fish. Fish has a man across, sees it. Over there, it sits on the doorstep from Ziemba. Goalie able to kick it out, and good job there to at least keep that puck going the right direction as we start to tick under 2 minutes here remaining in the game. Boys throwing their bodies around. It comes in 3-on-2. Popek gets a shot, comes off the shoulder of the Bulldogs goaltender. They had numbers down there, so the fact that he was able to steer that rebound into the corner prevented what could have been an easy goal. Rough Riders still applying the forecheck here. High stick there, but they wave it down. And comes into the corner for Logan Burke. Burke avoids a check. Bulldogs still in the puck though. Now they're going to push it over on the side wall. Battle for it along the side wall. Kopech comes out with it. Heaton's got a chance to pinch low, sends it down. Bulldogs all over it though. They're going to kick it back up and out. That one's going to come all the way back down. Fish is going to be the man there looking for it. Roughriders going for a change though, and that comes through everybody's stick back down to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs, now the pass come a little bit farther behind them, but bad bounce, kicks it out to the Bulldogs player. He had the top corner there, but just a bit over the crossbar. Now again, Bulldogs trying to get back into this as they send another shot high over the crossbar. Winston Unger without his stick. Burke is able to avoid a check and keep battling for it, but a 2-on-1 low. G's back there to help out. 40 seconds remaining in this game. G's going to climb out, finds Palak on the side. Palak's going to just hold it along the half wall there, absorb a second chip. Now G's got him in. He's got a 1-on-2 coming over to Seb. Seb sends it over just wide of the net. G's going to tie things up a little bit more to try to eat some clock. Puck's going to come all the way up to Winston. Winston gets a chance, sends another shot that, oh man, just hit the crossbar. Goalie didn't see it until it was behind him and just quarter-inch lower, and that would have been second bar-down goal for Unger. Now, Bulldogs able to come in. 2 seconds remaining, and that will all but do it as Jermaine skates across the blue line, and the Roughriders are victorious, find themselves 4-0 in this Stars and Stripes tournament. They will play tomorrow for the championship. From everything that we saw on the other side, it appeared that we'll be playing the Thieves?
Thieves at noon.
Thieves at noon tomorrow as the players get together for the handshake. Looks like maybe as G skated that puck in, he took a slash from a Bulldogs player. He seems to be okay, but we'll get everybody together for the handshakes and your Roughriders will advance. So noon tomorrow, Roughriders Thieves, must watch hockey for the Sunday action here, and we'll see you then.